In this demonstration, we are going to see how non-root users are allowed to launch an EC2 instance. There are a lot of demonstrations available to create EC2 instance using root account. But here we will be creating EC2 instance using non-root users. To make this possible, we have to do some certain tasks. The first task that we will be doing is we will be creating group as well as also user. After creating group and user, we will be creating customized APIs policies. Once customized API policies are created, we will be attaching those customized API policies either to users or to group. So to create user and group, we need to log into AWS Management Console. So I have logged into AWS Management Console. If you see right, currently there is no users or group or managed policy created. So all the value 0 indicates that there is no users or group are created. So first step that we need to do is we need to create a group. So I will click on groups. Click create new group. In group name, I'll just put it as create a test group. So I'll click next step. If you see right, there are a lot of policy name. These policies are managed by AWS, but we are not going to attach this policy uh, to this group since we will be creating customized managed policies. So once the customized policies are created, we will be attaching those customized policy to the either to the group or users that we create now. So I'm not going to select any of this AWS to manage the policy. Those things that are shown here are AWS managed policy. Just you can click here and you can just see the reference here. So if you click on customer managed, you will not be able to see any policy. So I will not select any of the policies here. So I'll click next step, create. I'll click create group. Now the group is created. If you see here, right, this group does not contain any users. So the next step that we will be creating is we'll be creating a new user. Click on permission. If you see permission, we have not attached any policy to this group. So the next step that we'll be doing is creating a user. We'll click on add user. We'll keep it as test user. We will enable programmatic access. This programmatic access is used for AWS this programmatic access will be used when you are trying to log in via AWS CLI. This will be covered in the later session. So in this demo session, we will be using this AWS Managed Console access. So I'll just remove auto-generated password and put custom password. I'll set a password here. So I'll remove this tick mark so that it will not ask me to change password when I log in for the first time. So I'll click next permission. So now I will be adding this user to the test group. Come down. Next review. If you see right, the username is test user, AWS access type is programmatic access, and AWS management console. Console password type is custom, and record password reset no. So I'll click on create user. If you see here, right, this user has been created. As I told you, right, this too will be used when you are trying to log in via AWS CLI. So this is not required at this point of time. We will cover it in the later session. So I'll click close here. So next what we need to do is we need to go to dashboard and see whether the user and groups are created. If you see here, right, the user value is 1 and group value is 1. So which means one user is created and one group is created. So the next thing is this, just make a copy, make a note of this link. Just copy this link and paste it to IE. Since I have logged into root account in Chrome and this test user account, I'm trying to launch it via IE. So this is my root account. In this root account, I have created a user which is test user. So I'm trying to log into the test user. So now currently I have logged in by using test user. If you see here, right, test user at AMC teachers. So now I'll click on EC2. Whenever a user is created, by default it will not have any permission. So suppose if you see here, right, you're not able to see any, you're not able to view any information here. Similarly, if you see the same page in root account, currently I'm in root account, I'm going to services, I'm going to EC2. So if you see here, right, you are able to see some information, but in the test user page, you will not be able to see any information. So in this demo session, what we will be doing is we will be giving a certain level of permission by creating customized API policy to view all this information over here. At this point of time, when you try to launch an instance, you will be getting an failed message. You will see it trying to launch it. So you see, right, an error occurred. So you will not have any permission right now. So first, what we will do is to see this particular this information, we will add some customized API policy to this test user. So this can be done since we do not have any privileges to this test user to give those policies. So we will just again go back to the root account. So currently now I am in root account. So to create policy, what I need to do is I need to go into IAM. See, the customer managed policy is 0. So I need to create a customer managed policy now to view those information. So what I'll do is I'll click on policies. If you see, right, as I have already told, these are the policies which are managed by AWS. So click on AWS managed. So if, for example, if you click on this administrator actors, you could see that you could see some information. This is how the syntax works. The first line is version. This version, this defines the current version of the policy language, and the older policy language is 2008 1017. And the second one is statement. In the statement you will be defining the arrays, and the third and fifth line you could see something, a term called effect. If in effect there are two values, which is allow or deny. You could either put either allow or it could put deny. In action you could describe what specific action that will be allowed or denied. Here it has been put as star, which means all actions will be allowed. So we will be following the same syntax. Based on the same syntax, we will be creating our own customized managed policy. So I'm not going to use this. Then just I showed this to explain the syntax, now the JSON format works. So what I'll do is I'm not going to add any AWS managed policy. I'm going to create my own customized policy. So I'll click on create policy. If you see, right, create your own policy. Select. Now in this policy name, I'll put first demo policy. Input description something. So this is a policy that we are going to attach to the test user. Now it is like the same syntax that we seen before. First is the version, next is a statement. In the statement we are defining the arrays. Next is allow, either it will be, next is effect, either it will be allow or deny. And then action will be putting a specific action that will be allowed or denied. Next one is resource. This resources we'll be discussing it later in the coming sessions. So next what we need to do is we need to just select this validate policy to find if there are any error. So if there is no error. If there is no error, you could see a message like this policy is valid. So what I'll do is I'll just click on create policy. Now if you go to AWS customer managed, you could see first demo policy is created. So I'll click on this first demo policy. I'll show you how this policy is defined so that you could make a note of it. First is version, the next one is statement, the next one is effect, and the next one is action, and the next one is resource. Just make a note of this. So you could just copy this, and you could create your own customized policy for testing purpose. So now what I need to do is I need to attach this policy to the test user. So I'll go to policy. I'll go to customer managed policy. I'll click on this first demo policy. Then I'll go to policy action. I'll click on attach. I'll attach it to the test user. You can either attach to test user or test group. I'll attach to the test user now. So attach policy. Now if you go to user, if you go to user, you could see that the first demo policy is attached to it. It is in the test group. So if you click on this first demo policy, you will be able to see the policy. You could also edit. You could also edit this policy by clicking edit here. So once you have made all your changes, you need to put validate policy. Then you need to put. Then you need to select save. So it is not necessary that every time you need to go there. Just you can go here and you can edit it and do all the changes. So now we have attached the policy. Now I am just going to the test user page. Suppose if you see your right, you are not able to see any information. So now currently we have attached the policy. So after attaching the policy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a just refresh. Just if you see just after pressing refresh option, you will be able to see some information over here. So in this demo session, we have given some read permission, which is used for looking into this front page wizard options. So even if you try to launch instance, you will not be able to launch since we have not given run instance permission to this test user. So I'll show you just you can look into this one. Now click on review on launch. Next is launch. Choose an existing keeper. Proceed to the keeper. If you see right, you are not authorized to perform this operation since we do not give permission to run this instance, to start this instance. So in the later demo session, what we will be doing is we will be adding some extra permission to the policy that we have created. Now the extra policy will be having like run instance, stop instance, terminate instance, and also we will also be adding a policy like that we need to start particular instance. So I'll click cancel. Hope this clears your first doubt. And in the later session, what we will be doing is we will be providing certain level of permission so that you can launch an instance by using the test user. Thank you for watching this video. I'll